What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Casual Critic YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing The Adam Project that just came out on Netflix. It's got Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Garner, Mark Ruffalo, and it was directed by Shawn Levy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know that 100%. I should have looked that up. Anyway, let's get into what The Adam Project is about. So Ryan Reynolds plays Adam, but there's also a little kid that is the 12-year-old version of Adam, because this is a time travel story, people. So the older Adam, Ryan Reynolds, he's from 2050, and time travel exists because of Adam's father. He's like this brilliant scientist. He laid the groundwork for time travel. He didn't even know that he was reaching those heights because he actually dies. So yeah, he didn't get to see his work in fruition, but he is the godfather of time travel. So in 2050, the world is a worse place than it already is, thanks to time travel, thanks to greedy people like Sorian. Sorian was Adam's father's business partner. She used to fund all of his research. And then, when she found out that he was kind of making time travel happen, she took it upon herself to get in while the money was hot. You know what I'm saying? So, in 2050, the older Adam, Ryan Reynolds, he wants to go back to 2018 because they're saying that his wife, who was also like a time travel pilot, they're saying that his wife died even though she was one of the best pilots in the program, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck happened because he thinks that she was killed, and he's kind of on the right track. Something did happen to her, but she didn't die. So he accidentally goes back to 2022 instead of 2018 because he was getting attacked and he put in the wrong coordinates. So he goes to 2022 and ends up meeting his 12-year-old self. Okay, and that's where we meet, young. Well, we already met him actually in the movie. He's in the beginning of the movie. You know what I mean? That's where they meet, okay? The old and the young. So then they team up to go find his wife, okay, who he's like, I think she was killed or something happened to her. I don't know. I don't think she's dead, or if she is dead, then they killed her, blah, 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 blah. So they go find her. Turns out she ain't dead, okay? She landed in 2018 and couldn't get back. So she's just been living out her life, which is kind of sad, because she is not from this time and she's alone. So they find her and she's like, you have to go, Adam. You have to go. You have to defeat time travel. You have to eliminate time travel's existence. And of course, you can probably do that because it was your daddy who kind of made this happen. And it's turned the world into a bad place, worse than it is. So he goes back to 2018 like he was supposed to, and he finds his daddy. And it's kind of emotional because at that point, like even the young Adam, that's 12 years old, his father had passed like already in that time. I think he died when he was like 10 or 11. So they're seeing their dad for the first time in a long time, and it's really sad, honestly. And basically by the end of it, they do destroy time travel. They make it to where it doesn't exist, and then the 12-year-old Adam and the older Adam, I don't know how old he is exactly, in his 40s or something, I guess, they go back to their times. So, yeah, they defeated time travel, they eliminated it, and hopefully the world is okay is what I'm gathering from this experience. So let's get into the actual review. So the directing, the fight scenes, and the action scenes were very well directed. I liked the fighting choreography. Am I saying that right? I liked the fight sequences and the moves that they did. I don't think I'm saying that right. It's early. I just woke up. Okay, so those were done well. I liked those. Was the directing like, oh my god, it's a masterpiece? No, but I don't think it's supposed to be. It's a fucking sci-fi, borderline kids movie. Like, it's not gonna be fucking crazy. I'm just looking at my notes. Yeah, like, the fight scenes, they were really good, except there was one outside of the Sorian HQ where they're trying to, like, get in and destroy what's making time travel possibly happen in the future. And there's a fight scene outside of that building, and it sucks. It really sucks, and I hated it. But other than that, all the other ones were actually really cool. I'm not a big stickler about directing in action movies. Like, it is what it is. It's action. You're already getting enough. The flow in the beginning of the movie, I cannot pinpoint the issue, but it just wasn't flowing right to me. I don't know why. It just didn't feel right. It felt choppy, I guess. it just wasn't flowing good for me, okay? And then, oh my God. So, like, all the time in this movie, like, the older versions of people are meeting the younger versions, like Adam and meeting younger Adam, that happens. And so the Saurian lady, who is, like, the big bad Mama Jamba in the future in 2050, she goes and meets her younger self, and that bitch was all CGI. I don't know. I guess that old lady, they couldn't get her to look any younger. I don't know. But it's CGI and it looks like shit. I don't know who authorized this. I don't know who said, oh yeah, this is good. Put this whole CGI human in the movie. Okay, I've seen it done before. We saw it in Star Wars. And it was fine in Star Wars, I thought. In this movie, bitch, the budget for that CGI woman was low. And she looked like shit. And it took away from the movie. Like, I was no longer in the movie when she was on screen. I was like, damn. She looks fucking crazy. She looks crazy. Okay, the acting. Let's all just take a moment to agree that Ryan Reynolds plays the exact same character in the past 27,000 movies that he's done. Okay? It's the sarcastic, dry, comedic relief, funny, haha, beautiful man, but he's got a sense of humor. Yeah, and that's the character he plays in this movie. And if that's your thing, that's totally fine. Ryan Reynolds, I don't dislike him, but he definitely is not my favorite because he just plays the same character in every movie. But if that's your cup of tea, then you'll like this movie. So, I mean, he's the same thing in this, of course. But that's what I expected. His chemistry with his lady. Her name is Laura. I did not get it. I did not like them together. Like, whenever he goes back, because that's the first time you see them together, is when he goes back and tries to find her. And then they meet up, and then she's like, oh, you have to eliminate time travel, blah, 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 blah. When they met for the first time, I wasn't feeling no connection. I wasn't feeling like they were married. They were husband and wife. I was not feeling that at all. That did not come across. It was weird. It felt weird to me. Okay? Now, there's a scene at the very end of the movie where, like, time travel doesn't exist. They're in their own timelines. And, before, when she was telling Adam, you have to defeat time travel, he was like, well, we won't meet, and I can't have that because I love you. And she's like, you'll find me. And they do find each other at the end of the movie. And that part was very good, and I liked their chemistry, and I thought they were cute, and I liked them. Everything else, hell no. His chemistry with the little kid, A+. They were great. The little kid, I don't know his name, I'm sorry, the dude that played young Adam, he did really, really good. He definitely held his own, which is a very, that's a big deal. He's playing opposite Ryan Reynolds in his first ever big movie. I looked it up. He ain't done nothing else. So he was really good, and I liked him a lot. Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo, that play the parents of Adam, they are amazing. I love them so much. They brought the emotional side of this movie that it really needed to be halfway decent. And they did really, really good. And especially Jennifer Garner. And she should have gotten more screen time, but it's whatever. But they did really, really good. Oh my God. The lady that played fucking Saurian needs to be fired. She literally got up there and did not try to act at all. And she's been in apparently a bunch of famous movies. I've never seen her before. Or I don't recognize her. But she didn't do nothing. She just went up there. She said her lines like this. And that was it. And I really hated her. And this is how she talked during the whole movie. I just farted and I almost shit on myself. It's early in the morning. Yeah, she didn't fucking try at all, and I hated her. I hated her. I hated when she was on screen. I hated when it was just a scene of just her. It was terrible. And, spoiler alert, I mean, it says spoilers in the title. She fucking dies, and I was happy. The plot, it was a bit messy, but it's a time travel movie. But I feel like if you're going to make a time travel movie, you should maybe think about that. So it was a bit messy, but was it interesting? Sure. It was interesting, okay. The music was so Guardians of the Galaxy. It was so fucking obvious. And like, yes, it's a fun way to do your soundtrack, and that's great. But if it's already been done before and everybody knows what the fuck it is, maybe you should try to pick something else. Thank you. Overall, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. I wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't recommend it for a movie night. If you don't like Ryan Reynolds' style of comedy, or if you don't like sci-fi, do not waste your time on this movie. You will not like it. I thought it was okay. The main thing that I loved about this movie was the family and the emotional aspect of it. That made it a decent movie. Those parts were done beautifully. Everything else was okay, whatever. Plot, okay, whatever. So that's my review of The Adam Project. If you've watched it, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Go to my description box and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please. It would help out a lot. And hit the notification bell. I've also got a podcast that comes out every Saturday. It's also called The Casual Critic. And it comes out on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So be sure to check that out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.